is the Director of New Programming for Bounce TV. And again, from his perspective of production and program development across the industry, he is going to bring a perspective on why we see the things that we see on air, why things get green lighted, why things that should live die, right? Things that any show that I love is going to get canceled, so and I want to know why. And to his left, Jamel Hill, who is on-air personality, co-host of the wildly popular ESPN program, His and Hers. And again, I love following her Twitter because just a varied perspective coming out of a very rich and powerful print journalism career. And I'm sorry, Jamel, I should not have said personality. There's just so much more than that. And she's blazing a trail in television broadcasting that we're going to be following for years and years. Please help me welcome these guests. All right, so you guys are all very smart.
Complicated answer because it's not the same at every single network. There's no one uniform way that things get done. But I will say this, that when talent gets to a position where they can make choices, like the Lee Daniels example, you get to a place where you're able to kind of say how things go. And I'd say that some people take advantage of that opportunity, and some of us don't. And I think that's where there's a disconnect sometimes. I mean, I think that there's some of us that feel responsible for the entertainment that we create, and we create responsible entertainment, and some of us just want to please whoever they're trying to pitch or trying to sell to. And it's true, when you are first starting out, you don't have the opportunity to say, this is how I want things to go. You're coming into someone else's system, and you have to kind of kowtow to whatever they want, but individuals get that opportunity, and they don't necessarily always pull someone behind them and say, we're going to create something responsible now that I have this opportunity. Because the truth is, when you get to a certain position in your career, you can make whatever you want. I don't know why people choose to make the shows they make. Once they get to that position, that's kind of an individual thing. But as far as the process of getting a show greenlit, I mean, it's like anything else that you're trying to sell. You have to sell the right person and make sure that they believe in what you're doing and have a plan to get it done. A lot of people have ideas, and that's one of the biggest issues with people pitching and trying to create projects, is a lot of us have ideas without the proper plan to execute them, or the means to execute them, and they want the system that's in place, or the network that's in place to kind of help them figure it out.
But do you think that and I open this up to all of you, do you think that the belief generally, and whoever the powers that be are within media broadly, believe that people want to see the kinds of things that we're seeing now? Is that?
I think that everything that we do is cool. As black folks, whatever we do, we will watch, and we watch each other, and I think that there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of programs that have been done that aren't necessarily stereotypical, that we have supported and we continue to watch. I think that they're just not everyone's as forward thinking in that way. They just it's easier sometimes to do the things that worked before, and so then you get more of the same.
Well, I want to make one comment. I remember when the situation happened between Chris Brown and Rihanna. And in no way am I defending Chris Brown. But I remember a week or two after that, Christian Bale, while shooting Batman, beat his mother and his girlfriend. But Chris Brown was such...
You have to take charge of our perception in the world in your own way. Whatever you can do to help shift that perception, I think will go a long way to helping out.
The thing that changed my life was knowledge of self. Once I started researching my people, when I found out that black people were the first people on the earth, that we've existed over 187,000 years, that we created math and science and monotheism and all of these different things, it was empowering. And the thing is that knowledge set me free. like me thinking that math was hard, when I found out that the Pythagorean theorem was literally on the wall of a pyramid. And Pythagorean just walked up and copied it off. That theorem was a black theorem. Instantly, math became easy to me. It's just changing the mindset. And my new theory is to stop trying to change the world and change me. Because if I change
these opportunities to be decision makers, to participate in conversations that are going to have impact on what our young people are seeing or how we're viewed as a people, we have to take advantage of those opportunities and speak up. A lot of us get opportunities and we want to, kind of fit in with the status quo and, agree with our coworkers or agree with, everyone. But sometimes you have to be a little disagreeable, a little disruptive, and speak loudly about what you believe in and really take on a position, because some of us just float through and don't have a position about any of this. And by being silent, you're taking a position too. You're saying you don't care.
I think the word that comes to mind for me, yeah, that was very well said. The word that comes to mind for me is sacrifice. And me and my co-host, Michael Smith, as he said, we have a show on ESPN2 weekdays called His and Hers. It's on from 12 to 1 p.m., free plug. But
ESPN.
ESPN2.
ESPN2, my bad.
ESPN2, get that right. But there, if you look across the sports media landscape, I'm pretty sure we're the only commentary discussion show where you have an African-American woman and a man, both have equal credentials. Mike and I were both career print journalists, and we have this platform. And one thing that we decided early on with this show, especially once they made the brave decision to put our likeness on the show, is that if we were going to go down, we were going to go down swinging our way. And even though